to something. Oh, that's what I'm looking for, but it doesn't go far enough. Damn it! I hope that's pointed at the TV correctly. Looks okay, I mean... Alright. I can accept that. Come on, dude, this has gotta work in some form or fashion at least. Like, there's gotta be a way. You know? There just has to be. Oh no. That isn't gonna fly. Wait. I have an idea. That isn't gonna do it, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not gonna make it. Why isn't that gonna make it? Ah, there's got to be a way, dude. There just has to be. What do I have to do? Use comeback? Like, what the fuck? And that's only possible in Commander. What do you expect from me, then? Actually, if you want to talk technicalities, this one is the closest one. Oh, no. Well, I tried. Wait a minute. I suddenly had an idea. Well, that works somewhat, but not exactly as I thought it would. Wait a minute. Dude, that's a good idea. Hey, wait a minute. If we use comeback, only possible in recruit, and use... Yeah, but we don't even know anything about the distance between here and there. That's the problem. Do you want to try and use comeback? I mean, we can if you want, but it's kind of pointless if you ask me. Why don't you do one more try? Like I said, we get very, very, very close, like, for real. Oh shit, we can't use the rocket launcher underwater. Oh no, that's not good. What now? We're not gonna have a hailstorm anyway, so you know what? That's the best we got. Just roll with it. How far can we get? Alright, we use comeback, and then what? It just drains our health again! It does it that quickly, too. Dang. So comeback is essentially useless for this, is what you're basically telling me. Dude, there's gotta be a way. Like, there has to be. They thought of everything. Those fuckers thought of everything. This kind of sucks. Come on, dude. We gotta think of something, like, for real. There has to be a way to get over there. Wrong warping, like, whatever the fuck you want. Just get over there. These fucking developers, they could have just put it, like, a little bit closer. It's not gonna work. Even if we use high jump, like, well, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Are you sure about that? I mean, what if we have both equipped, though? I mean, there's just no way we can't make it in that scenario. If we can't make it in that scenario, though, dude, I'm done. Like, for real. Like, well, exactly. Yeah, that's the problem, is that it's so damn far. Wait a minute. You can't be serious. Yeah, but it's too far. That's what I'm telling you. I can't even get my ass close to it. We've done this before, though. Like, sorry, but good luck getting over there gliderless at all. There's one more thing I haven't tested yet. Even with that. Is it really 7 in the morning? It couldn't be. I'm sorry, dude. We can't get it. I mean, if you want to keep trying it, I just don't think it's possible. The lowest point we could possibly get to is that. And it's straight away over there. Like, fuck, you know, my bullets can't even get that far. That's my fucking bullets, man. Like, check this out. Check this. that was the closest that we've gotten. We might be able to, like, touch the boat, but that's it. Unfortunately, there is no underwater damage boost. And even if there was, we're so far below the fucking water that even if we did damage boost, there's no way we would get up that high. I don't know, I think the whole thing is doomed. Like, I feel like it could be possible, but not with the current methods we know. And if it is possible, it probably involves something crazy like enemy manipulation or something like a manipulation of those jet snipers or something like that. You know what I mean? Where are those jet snipers anyway? I want to know. Yeah, they're over there. They're clear cut over there, so we're going to have to get them to follow us over here. That's basically what we would have to do. We would have to get them to follow us all the way over here. And I don't even know if they would do that, to be quite honest with you. But I could try. Oh. Wait a minute. That's dropping off dudes. Wait a minute. That's not really helpful. But this guy is our last hope, I think. Unless we find some really crazy glitch. This guy is our last hope. And I think this is the only guy that fits that description around here, too. He has to, number one, not die. He has to follow us all the way there. Meaning we probably have to have build-up equipped. You have to go a little bit this way, remember? Great, dude. Well, that's a good thing for us right now. Oh, no. No. Check your comments. Oh, I'm sorry. I was legit. It seems like the physics are too well programmed. Other games use damage boosting and crazy jumps due to frame rate things to greater effect, but things are relatively stable. Can you damage boost into the airship as it's flying away? That's one of the things I thought about, but even if I could, by the time I got there, I might be too far away to get there at all. So this guy is my last hope, I think. I think that I just have this feeling that I'm going to have to do something crazy. Like, my idea is TAS only, like, do some crazy thing where you get on top of him, and then, you know, like, basically while on top of him, manipulate his AI to specifically go this direction. And that's the only thing. Yeah, sorry I didn't see your post before. I'm actually getting really tired, and I left Discord open over the chat, which was stupid. But yeah, that's our only hope for anything. I mean, dude, straight up, like I'm using the both of the Dash minicons, one of which isn't even unlocked until Pacific Island, and I still can't get. I can't even touch the damn boat, let alone get on top of it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's just insane. Yeah, this is like the best that I've gotten so far. And if I could actually transform in midair, that's the best I can get. To anything. And I had the idea to use comeback to recover underwater, and even when I do that, my health goes away like almost immediately, first of all. And second of all, I had the idea to just damage boost from underwater, but then I realized, oh wait, you can't damage boost underwater because all your rockets like just reflect out of the water when you're underwater. My only hope, well, even to touch. Wait, actually, I touched it that time, like from the bottom, but that was still something. Seems like the physics are too well programmed. Yeah, that little tiny jet sniper over there is our only hope. I mean, if we can't somehow manipulate him, I feel like it's over. You know? Like, I feel like this entirely rests in that jet sniper. The thing that usually is annoying to the player is now, like, our last hope for a glitch that might happen. I want to know, can you get on top of him at all? There has to be a way to get on top of him. So basically, you have to manipulate his AI so that he comes close enough to you that you could probably, like, transform on top of him or something like that. That's why I'm thinking those dropships are the easier way to progress, more consistent than dealing with the sniper's AI. Oh, thank you for the. It was but it was your sub 52 though. Like it was the community's sub 50. That's the way I like to think about it, because you know. Well, the only reason I say Jet Sniper is because he does a pretty good job of following you around. So, if you were to manipulate him somehow midair, in some pan and coic style glitch, you know, uh, uh, that would be something else. I would watch that, even if it was like I would probably say, what if it like you're like grinding on top of him or something? You know what I mean? And it takes like 2 hours to get to the other side, but you still get it anyway. You know what I mean? So it like, so you spend like, so you effectively spend like 80% of runtime or something like that. No, not that much. The problem with the jet snipe is that he's always above the player. Yeah. So you would have to do a clever thing like get a bunch of momentum, be in the exact position from up there on the rocks, and then jump and then transform with just the right timing or something like that. And hopefully that doesn't knock him out, because that actually might. There is one thing I might be able to do. Well, he's too... Yeah, this is hard. Like, I'm trying. I'm trying to get him. Yeah, that doesn't work. So unless you can glide and specifically land on him, it's a tall order to say jump transform. Yeah, I don't know. He's our last hope though. And I think in Commander there are more of this. I think in Commander there are more of these. But in this mode there's only one apparently, unless there are more over here somewhere that I didn't see yet. Ah, there is another one actually. Oh, the problem with all the drop ships, yeah, it's almost like you need to push them against a rock. Yeah, pretty much. The problem with the drop ships, unfortunately as it is, man, these developers, they thought of everything. Like, you can even get on top of this one, like, straight up. Like, oh, just barely. But he goes that way. It's so sad, you know? If only he went this way instead of that way, it would have been like, okay, you know what I mean? We actually have something here, but no. What the hell? You know, and this dropship is colored kind of strangely. Or is that just me? It's like green instead of black. Yeah, this doesn't really do that much. What you're supposed to do, this dropship for some reason, instead of just appearing, it like waits for you. It like waits for you to be up here, and then it comes out and drops those guys off. But since I haven't activated that part yet, we can look inside his power thingy, and that's interesting. Dude, there are actual enemies inside there. They seem not to even notice me. Let's see what happens if I destroy it. I mean, they're just gonna die, but like, they seem to be completely frozen, actually. Like, do you see their arms extending out? Like, that's their guns, I think. Yeah, you can actually destroy dropships. It's actually pretty cool. It's one of the cooler parts of the game. It's like a little Easter egg, sort of. You know what I mean? Yeah, they just fall and then they unfreeze. I mean, they work fine after that. Okay. So that wasn't exactly a glitch then. I mean, it kind of was, because I really wasn't supposed to be over there with the dropship in the first place. Why am I still awake right now? This has been quite a journey. I got sub 50 on any percent, and now it's 7 in the morning. It's 7 in the morning right now. So here's the deal, right? Completely mini-conless, not even using the dash or anything, and L1-less. I can get from here to on top of that rock, and I'll show you how. This is actually crazy. Like, it's like the developers like wanted you to be able to get up there without a minicon. Like, it's like there's a clear path. You know, it's like, it's not clear, but like, it's like, you know, it's like they left a path for you almost. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird how I keep finding these paths on some rocks and stuff, you know? Like, I feel like maybe some of this might have been, well, this might be kind of a whack job theory or something, but like, I feel like some of these slopes that you can just walk up might have at one point been used for like debugging or something. You know what I mean? Like, or just general. I mean, just general testing, and they just left them there. You know what I mean? Yeah. See this? Like you can straight up just walk up this. Like, but if jump transform didn't exist, well, could you still get up there? Well, yeah, totally. You could totally still get up here. Even if jump transform didn't exist at all, you could still get up here. Like, what the heck? They just left this for us. It's weird. I mean, I have a feeling that this stuff was AI generated. What do you think? Do you think that these rocks and stuff were AI generated? Because that might explain why there are things like that in the geometry. But yeah, earlier we were able to get one of the drop ships to go. Unfortunately, I have to die in order for that drop ship to go, so he's not really much of an option. You don't think the rocks and stuff were AI generated? You think they were I know 7 a.m., but I've literally been up all night, so it's not really morning for me. It's more like really, really late night. And I've actually had my sleep schedule on a good track, and I know, but I just feel like there's things to do. Like, I still haven't solved the L1 button challenge for well, I've solved it, like, so the thing is, Rakaj, I really think that Starship is absolutely possible. Like, I really think that if you're lucky enough, you'll be able to get it. But it's all luck, you know, as far as, like, the... So I'm talking about the Crash Starship thing again in the L1 button challenge. I think it's 100% possible. Like, I'm certain of it. It just requires really good ragdolls and, you know, really good damage, luck, and that's it. But that's really hard to get. Like, oh my god. So basically, I think I'll be able to. I think it's possible to do it. So that means that it would only ever require one press of the L1 button to actually beat the game, which is insane. But I have to prove that on a video, so that everybody knows for sure it's possible. What else? Is there anything else? There's always something else. Like with this game, there's never an end to it. You know, like I've thought of like 3 more challenges I could try, like ridiculous stuff like the recon only challenge, or well, not recon only, but like recon as much as possible. I don't know anything about Super Mario Odyssey, but minimum captures. Yeah, so this is the recon. I'm not gonna do this for real right now, but like, this is basically what it would be. You basically like, my idea is maybe like, be in recon mode except like when you absolutely have to not be in recon mode. And when you absolutely have to not be in recon mode, you have to do that for as little time as possible. Like right now, like I would jump and then go right back into recon mode. So I wonder what kind of workarounds I can actually find, because I mean basically this is like a walking only challenge or something, you know what I mean? Like you can't basically press any buttons except like the firing buttons and stuff. And okay, so I'm not used to recon. What is the point of going up? I guess maybe like if you're behind a rock, you could go up and like, you know, get enemies from behind or something. I don't know. Oh shit, I forgot they were there. Dude, there's like this melee only challenge. Yeah, we've actually talked about that. Can you beat Starscream with melee only? Like, is it possible? I know you can for sure beat these guys with melee only. Melee only commander would be sick. But here's the problem, right? Is I can also do this. So does that count as melee? Or because if I could do that, I could just hit enemies like over and over again with that. Uh, yeah, that's going to be a problem right off the bat when we're battling the heavy unit boss. Tidal Wave, I've never tested. I've never tested Tidal Wave to see if melee works on his head, but I could try it. If melee works on his head, then we just basically IGU up to him and then, just melee him, until he dies. But that's going to be, like, almost impossible considering how he, like, it would basically, I would think TAS only, or just keep on, like, correcting your IGU over and over again every time you fall off. Yeah. So you have to, like, be really careful not to press the button except when you're, like, right next to somebody, because if you accidentally fire a shot, the run is over. Yeah, I don't know. That tidal wave thing, though, that tidal wave ship thing, like, that's ridiculous. Like, the the designers wanted to very specifically make that a precedent for the glider, because, like, I've been able to get past, like, basically everything else in the game pretty much without the glider, with a few exceptions. Um, Mostly, like, obscure minicon kind of exceptions, but I mean, most of the rest of the game is accessible without a minicon. Like, you can do it, it's just harder and it takes more time and stuff and strategy, but yeah, yeah, thanks. I just that I we use that in 100%. And I think it's still going to be used in 100% actually. Um, Assuming we don't change routes, which I've been thinking about the routes for 100% and thinking about maybe changing it possibly, but I haven't decided yet. I'll have to do some testing and think about it. By the way, since I thoroughly grinded on any percent, I'm still gonna grind on it, but I really need to start focusing on 100% because that run desperately needs to be improved. Like, it's very outdated, even as it is right now. Yeah, it's introducing the glider, and yeah, it's the same thing with Starship, like with the high jump walls. Like as far as miniconless, like I'm pretty sure I could get through the rest of the game miniconless, right? But it's those two things. It's the tidal wave boat form, and it's the starship, the starship's high jump walls. Those are the two big blunders in the run. Like, it's crazy. So you can't even see the high jump walls. Most people probably wouldn't even know that they're there at all. You know what I mean? And I have to do something crazy, like batshit insane, to circumvent, to like I have to like go out of bounds in the bridge on purpose, even if it might be, even if it might look slower than just passing through the thing. And so I would have to explain to my audience exactly what I'm doing there. Like, yeah, I'm like sitting here trying to get that sword guy to swap me in this very particular way, so that I can pass through the the invisible wall that's there that you can't see and that you would never know is even there unless you specifically tried to surpass it. You know what I mean? And so that's the problem, is that, well, not even just for mini conlists, for like, well, L1 button challenge too. Yeah, I'm worried about 100% for L1 button challenge, because any percent might be one L1 press, but I'm thinking somewhere in the 5, 6, 7 range for 100%, because, which still isn't too bad, but like for what it is, but still, I'd rather it be less. I'm gonna die in just a second. Wait, and then there's the no damage challenge, which I would be sucking at right now if I was actually doing. Um, basically, basically, it's like you're gonna be using covert a whole lot, like a whole lot, and it's like the only time in any run ever that you would ever use covert for anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna nutting. I've never heard that before. I've never heard nutting be used in that way. Like, really, what? What? That must be an Australian slang or something, or just something I've never heard before. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be like pulling teeth. Yeah, that's it's very, it's incredibly precise and almost entirely luck based. Like, there's some strategy involved to it, but like when it comes down to it, even if you have the strategy down perfectly, it a lot of it is just the luck. You have to have like insane luck. But hey, at least it works at all, you know? So, two things I was trying earlier. I think you might not have been here for the first part. Basically, maybe an Aussie thing, don't know. There's also two variants of damageless run, all mini cons at the start, and then fresh save. Well, but wait, wouldn't all mini cons at the start be cheating though? Like, I would consider I would consider a true no damage run to be, what the fuck? You know, this area is very strange. Look at this. There's like an invisible part of the bush that's like, that exists but doesn't. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a, This whole area is very strange, actually. What the hell? I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, so a no damage run, I feel like. So basically, you'd be starting out the game as normal, blaster only, but you'd collect mini-cons along the way. But you would do so by also not taking any damage while doing exactly that. So you'd probably like have to take. Yeah, I don't know. The problem with challenges with me is that like, uh, you know, I would consider like a full run. You know what I mean, with the challenge to be just like it were like you booted the game up for the first time and started. You know what I mean, um, and started with that handicap. Um, but unfortunately, 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 with how impossible minicon list is going to look, it's probably just going to be low minicon percent. But the exact rules for that are like things that I'm thinking about right now. Like, so there's two ways you could do this, right? So it would be ridiculously hard. I I feel like it could be done, right? Like I feel like you definitely could beat the game without taking damage. I mean, after all, like I'm sure that the developers implemented ways for you to avoid taking damage all over the levels and stuff, but and you could just use all of them at once, which would be insane, but you probably, I guess, could still do it. Um, but anyway, with miniconless, so the reason I'm worried about the rules with that is because, well, not miniconless. So I call it low minicon percent, where you collect all the minicons as you normally would, but you use as few as possible. But what does that really mean? So there's two ways you could do this. So you could, you know, you're going to use the glider for mid-Atlantic either way for that one time. But then the glider should only be used for that particular thing, and that's it. I think so. So the rule would definitely be no minicons unless absolutely necessary. And you know, even if you have a certain minicon equipped, if it's not necessary to use it, you shouldn't. You know. So there's the problem of like, okay, so if you count how many minicons you have equipped, right, throughout the run, then you could do Starship two ways, right? You could just go through it normally with high jump, and that would only be one more minicon, so that's two overall in the run. Or you could go the Starship skip route, and you could equip Slipstream again, and the Dash minicon to do Starship skip. And that's two minicons equipped at once, but overall, you've only used two minicons throughout the run. So, should we do the Starship route, or should we do the high jump route? I mean, the Starship route would look nicer, but the high jump route would just look like you were doing it as intended, which is kind of, you know. So that's kind of a little bit of the problem. I guess some of that stuff is up to interpretation, maybe. Oh, there's a lot on my mind with this game for sure. I mean, I just got back to it, and there's all this stuff that's going on right now. There's the L1 button challenge. There's the mini-conless challenge. There's like testing with veteran and all these other difficulties, and And you guys have certainly got a lot on your mind because you guys are the file diggers. Wait, that was surprisingly easy. What the hell? Can you actually get up there, like, without much of a problem? There has to be a way. Oh, that's the problem, is it always... I feel like this might be possible. No. Yeah, with Dash that's possible, but with anything else it's not. Clearly. So, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like using high jump would be better. Because that way, well, but wait. So, if you use high jump, you're gonna have to have the minicon, equipped for a lot longer. That's the thing. So if you want to, well, you're gonna have to use the minicon for a lot longer time periods. So, yeah, it'd be, if you want to count it by length, then Starship Skip wins. Although you have two minicons equipped at once, which makes it more complicated. Yeah, I don't know. I'm indifferent. Like, Starship Skip would definitely be faster for sure. And you would use the minicon for less time. Or less instances, maybe. There's only one instance of ever having to use it, so... If we end up finding a way to do Starship Skip without the Dash minicon, which is possible since Hamonen said he did it, I'm still trying to find that. I'm still experimenting with that myself. And that's hard. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, there's a lot of problems with that particular category. Honestly, I've thought about that, and I haven't tried it yet, but I guess that might be possible, although it'd be very difficult to pull off if it is, because the speed is much less. But who cares about hardness? As long as it happens, in a run, then that's all that matters. Of all the glitches we've found in this game, I wonder how many of them, if we got an actual, like, game designer or, you know, physics developer or something like that, I wonder how many of those glitches they actually would have known about. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we knew that could happen. Or how many do you think they'd be shocked by? I feel like they probably knew that jump transform was like a thing that could happen. Like I feel like they probably knew that, but you know, other things like IGU, damage boosting. I wonder how to what level they thought. You know, somebody might be able to abuse that at one point, or just maybe never thought it was a thing at all. Wish I knew. And a lot of the problem is that, like, even if we do get developers, you know what I mean? Sometimes they might have forgotten a lot of the details of the game because it's been so long. No, 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 no. So, anyways, have you done anything else with the Korean version lately? Is there a. Did you find anything else with it? Like, is it indeed the same game as the U.S. version, or are there any other differences? Goodness gracious, I'm probably gonna have to go to bed, like for real. Wait, you can just do that? You know, I need to like tell Typhoon about that. Like that's a genuine time saver. Like what the heck? Yeah, Typhoon needs to know about that actually. Okay, check this out. Oh, but that's hard to do. Would that save time and how consistent is that? Dude, get off me. Haven't had the time to look too closely at it with Uni. From my understanding, it's pretty much identical to the US NTSC version. I'm gonna head off. Yeah, I need to go to sleep too. This is starting to be borderline. But what did I just do just a minute ago? You know, I need to clip that so that I could see what happened. No, it was like over here. Dude, for real. That was a thing. You know, like, we need to clip the hell out of that, like, for real. I'm going to. I'm gonna clip the hell out of that. It seems very hard to do, but like if you get the angling and everything just right, it feels like it's possible. Seems like it's possible. What the dude? There we go, but you have to like keep jumping. What the? Yeah, that's incredibly precise. Oh, thanks for doing that for me. All right, well, since you clipped that, I'm gonna head to bed. See ya.